Okay, so now that you've seen some videos produced by people who are much better at this than I am, we'll get back to some of my original content here. And what this is going to be is just some practice problems on taking limits. So the title of this lesson is Know Your Limits. Get it? Know your limits? Know your limits? Yeah, all right. So we got 6 limit problems here. And you should pause the video to try to solve these on your own. If you get stuck, the next thing that will come up after you unpause the video will be me giving you a few hints. And if that's not enough, then there are full solutions to each of these. These three problems, the full solution is available at this URL. These 3 problems, the full solution is available at this URL. And again, these are videos. These 2 videos that are linked here are from the pastcalculus.com series of videos. Okay, so pause the video now and see if you can solve these completely on your own. Okay, hopefully you don't need this hint, but if you do need a hint, here goes. Whenever you see a high-order polynomial, something second order, third order, basically a quadratic equation in your radical equation here, or this fourth-order polynomial here, or even this thing, that should be a key that you should factor. And chances are, after you factor, something will cancel out. Now, this middle problem is unusual in that you have a second-order polynomial in the numerator and a second-order polynomial in the denominator. Well, that just means you got to factor both of them. Then on this bottom one here, you have something that does not fall into that category of second-order or higher polynomial. You got a square root minus 3. I'm not even sure what the heck you would call that if it was on its own. But whenever you see a square root in the denominator, that's usually a key that you should rationalize the denominator. In other words, you multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the complex conjugate of this number. The complex conjugate of a minus b is a plus b. And then you'll see how things work out reasonably well from there. Okay, looking at this side of the problem, everything is some complex system of fractions. Here we've got 2 fractions added together. Here we've got 2 fractions subtracted from each other. And all of our limit functions work best if we have a single radical function like this guy or this guy or this guy. So what you have to do with these 2 problems is you have to find the least common denominator. You have to find the least common denominator and then add whatever the numerator becomes together. Now remember, when you change the denominator, you also have to change the numerator. And that's what you should also do in here. You've got 2 fractions subtracted from each other in this sort of 2-layered fraction. You've got an inner fraction here, and then this outer fraction bar right here. So you find the lowest common denominator or least common denominator in here, combine these down into a fraction with a single denominator, and then see how you can get things to cancel out by simplifying the compound fraction into the product of 2 single fractions. Hopefully you remember how to simplify compound fractions. Okay, and like I said, if you can't solve any of these, here are links to the full solutions. All right, pause the video, try to save it on your, try to do it on your own, and then I'll show you answers, not full solutions, but answers so that you can at least check to see how you did. Okay, so let's see how you did. Bang. There's the answers for those three, and there's the answers for the other three. Hopefully you got all of them right, but like I said, this is just practice. I'm not collecting these problems. So if you didn't get any of these, please figure out how to do them by how to actually do it by going to these URLs. Okay, this is a short video, so that's it for this particular video. Up next, we're going to move on from the topic of limits, and we're going to start talking about derivatives and tangents. Now, the format of the slides is going to change a little bit. I've been using this black background, yellow text up here, black text down here. It's going to change to a blue background, but it's still my stuff, and it's still meant to go with this whole AP Physics Prep class. All right, see you in the next video.